You. What up? All right. We got another one from Shane Gillis. And this is Shane Gillis dosed Big J Oakerson. What the heck, Shane? What the heck? Is this like a Ari Shaffir and Bert Kreischer situation? What the heck? Why? Dosed with what? What was it? I forgot what Bert's was. Wasn't it like ecstasy or something? Or what was it? I forgot what it was. What is this? What is Shane about to dose Big J Oakerson with? Let's check it out. Here we go.
I just need to chill.
What have you been
My
up to?
wicked ways.
You went back up to the
Went to the Big
den
Apple and
of sin.
immediately fell into sin. The first night I was there, I dosed my good friend
Yeah.
Jason.
So how integral were you to this
acid.
to this plot?
Acid?
I was 30% guilty
Gotcha.
of the, yeah.
So
Out of 3 people, I was 30%.
well, with a dose, usually somebody provides the
33%.
dose. That's part
Lewis brought the dose to the table,
Gotcha.
so he's culpable for that.
Gotcha.
Tried to dose Ari. Ari deflected the dose
Ari
and
was
gave
there.
it to Jay.
How did Ari know he was getting
I
dosed?
told Ari.
Oh,
I said,
okay.
Lewis is trying to dose you.
Did Lewis tell you?
Yeah, Lewis did it directly in front of me. And was like, don't tell Ari. And I was like, okay, I won't.
Yeah.
I immediately walked inside and told Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my plan would have been to have dosed Lewis
Sure.
or no one.
True.
In hindsight, no one. But at the time, it was rumpus
Well, at the time, it's rumpus time.
It was rumpus.
Beers are going around. Someone has
Beers
some.
are going around.
How much did he have on him? Like a little vial, like a little liquid?
I don't
vial?
know. I only saw somebody. It was a tab. He handed it to him.
Oh.
Put it in a beer.
And let
Yeah.
it kind of.
Yeah.
I thought he had like a vial of liquid LSD.
It was
I
funny.
Damn.
I stand by that. It was funny. The episode was funny. But, then you feel bad. Once your friend's bummed, you're like, oh, man,
Yeah, it's
maybe
all-
that was. And then every single person I told was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, I wouldn't care. I was like, I wouldn't care. And everybody I told was like, that's like really fucked up, man. That would be like a real problem.
Yeah, well, if you put someone in
alright.
nego prison,
Yeah.
that's pretty tough.
But even if you get out of the nego prison, then it's funny.
Yeah.
Once you're out of a nego prison, it's like, damn, dude, I was.
How long was he?
Fuck
In,
nego
how long was he in a
prison.
nego
I think
prison
Jay
for?
was in. I was in a nego prison. I felt so bad, dude. Which was
Nego
funny
prison.
because like the day after, I was like hilarious. This was so funny, and then I started telling people, and they were like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Yeah, man.
And I was like, "All right, maybe I'm an idiot." Ari was my rock there.
He was like, no.
Ari was like, "It was funny." And I was like, yeah, I agree, it was.
Yeah, dosing people and getting dogs high or like a
That's what he
similar
did to
camp. People are like, no,
Bert.
it's legitimately funny to get a dog high.
Yeah.
People are like, no, it's really fucked up.
No.
Yeah, well, what happened was I did Metzger's podcast, and I like brought it up thinking it'd be funny. I was like, "Yeah, well, Jay got dosed," and he was like, "Why would you ever do that? Who did that?" And I was like, "Mostly Ari." I was like, "Look, man, it wasn't me." Just instantly
But
backpedaled.
what was he? I don't understand. So you just knew what was going on. You were just culpable through.
I was like, "Why don't you fucking drink up to Jay?" I was like, "You and me should chug," like stuff like that.
You chugged it along with him.
I did drink it after with him.
Wait, so he took a sip and then you're like,
He took a good sip, and then I
You said it was
drank.
acid?
I drank. I would argue I drank more of it than him, but
Yeah,
it was voluntary,
true.
so it's not as
Yeah,
tough. Anyway,
dude. Well, it's also
it just put me in a sad like, damn, dude.
why did I do
Is
that?
this what I'm doing now? Like, man, I was close to like some pretty serious success. Now I'm just dosing my friends with acid and feeling guilty for like a week.
Yeah,
I've
you don't have
become a
enough.
complete
Evil, you
loser.
don't have enough evil hippie in you to do that.
I don't. Ari might be the king evil hippie.
I think so, dude.
He actually might be the king evil hippie.
He deflected. If people are trying, first of all, if people are trying to dose you, you have way too much proximity to evil hippiedom.
Yeah.
Because that's their only threat. If you deal with like rogue hippies, they constantly threaten each other by giving each other mega doses of acid. Because most of them are kind of pussies,
Yeah.
so they won't like fight each other. I've dealt with people like this for a long time, and they won't ever like threaten violence, but they'll be like, I'll give you like 2,000 hits.
I'll
in it.
kill you.
I'll drive you insane.
Yeah.
'Cause it's weird, and they like threaten each other with that. But the only thing that cures that is like, or the only like thing against that is like, yeah, I don't go to like Grateful Dead cover band shows, and like, fuck.
Yeah, we'll never get him.
Inconceivable. How are we gonna get him then?
Yeah, this
Remember they
was-
would all talk about that, and I'm like, dude, unless you can get into my house. Where I was living in New Jersey at the time. I'm like,
You were getting threatened?
I don't hang out with you guys. No, they were like, back in my evil hippie day, my own evil hippie days.
You had a
dude,
bit of an evil hippie day.
I just was around them. I wasn't an evil hippie. I was just, just MIDI man doing
It
all
was
my
like
stuff.
me. You were like me now. I'm amongst some evil hippies.
You have to be. They cluster, dude, in some places. They somehow rise up. I mean, dude, when they're harnessing that kind of...
Ari being an evil hippie is... he is,
First of all,
dude.
Nobody wants to accept they're an evil hippie. It's
No,
something
everybody...
people get so...
Christian, we call this one dude from Helium an evil hippie. Every time I see him, every single time I see him, for like 3 years, he's been like, I'm not an evil hippie, man. And then he says some crazy evil hippie shit.
Sound like an evil hippie.
I'm like, he's like, polyamory's all right. I'm like, yeah, you're an evil hippie, dude.
Yeah, like your version of polyamory, you'll just like bully your girlfriend into a threesome.
I didn't say that.
I'm not saying he'll do that, but
What it is?
they didn't...
Not him, not different
yeah.
evil hippie, different evil hippie.
Yeah, but that's the evil hippie. That's
him.
evil, yeah, but come on, man, don't be so
Yeah,
fucking...
like we should like open things up.
or I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic evil hippie.
Gotta watch him, man. I'm telling you, I was in the belly of the beast for a while, and I remember, this is all for entertainment purposes. But long time ago, 10 years ago, I remember I was giving this guy a quarter-pound of weed, and him and his friend were splitting it. Dude, they were like this.
Yeah.
And I watched him chintz his friend out of $50. It was one of those things where it was like, the guy was like, "How much was this?" And the guy was like, $900, and it was like $8. And I remember just looking at him like, "Damn, that's your boy, dude." Evil hippiedom, and then
That is evil
They'll
hippie.
they'll just like lie, steal, and
900
kill,
for a
dude, just so
QP?
they can follow some shitty band around all summer. They'll fuck people over. They'll sell you like shitty fake weed. They'll
Yeah.
just fuck people over constantly, and then go sit at a music festival and be like, "Yeah, man, this is what it's about." And it's like, dude, you just devastated a bunch.
Yeah.
You took a bunch of people's money, did it. You're like, "Oh, I'll just mail this out." They just take it. And then they just fucking go and follow like the string cheese incident. And they're like, "Whoa!" And it's like, you fucking
Yeah.
assholes. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you,
And then
stay
they
away.
get pussy.
They get
They
like,
trick women via drugs into having sex.
yeah, pretty
Which
much.
is a sick move. Evil hippies also always tend to have coke or like
Yeah.
something on the side that's like a little more nefarious.
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
Usually, the roads usually lead to that. Or dude, I remember I'd be in a guy's house. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, I shoot H every now and again. It's not a big deal." I'd be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Damn, bro.
Yeah, the roads of evil hippiedom lead pretty much to heroin.
Yeah.
They'll like it's not a good path, dude. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I appreciate it. You've got experience with them. I'm new to the hippies. I'm new to the evil hippies.
I was very disappointed. I remember first meeting hippies and be like, "Oh, you guys seem cool."
Yeah.
And you see their inner workings, and you're like, "Ugh."
Yeah, they're gross.
They once they link up onto the dark web, dude, it's over. It's over, dude. That's how all like the ecstasy gets into grade schools. There's just some evil hippie being like, "Whoa, nice man. What is age, dude?"
Yeah.
They're just committing horrible
You
crimes.
saw me asking what his age right before this episode started. What even is age, dude? This girl is so hot. I hope she's fucking all right.
Well,
Look,
you just uncovered a serious.
I
that was
uncovered a
pretty nuts.
sick life hack. If any of you are also fucking fat perverts, look, you go on Instagram, click the location. You know how people like tag their location?
Mm-hmm.
Click the location. It's always, no matter where it is, it's always just hot chicks posing.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Dude, I clicked Vietnam, and it was just hot chicks.
Hot pregnant chicks at that.
There was one that was like a hot pregnant Asian, a whole thing dedicated to hot pregnant Asian ladies. Never saw anything like it.
Yeah, it's
till
weird
just
how
before this
information
started.
gets kind of arranged now.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, yeah.
why would we want to collect this specifically?
Click Disneyland, it was just hot chicks.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Disneyland.
I mean, you showed me. If you type in if you were to type in right now like Maniunk, it would just be like some hot chick by a river, just being like. Well, it's got to be sad for the women who. That's like a viable thing for a chick to do right now, and it's just like
AI.
when it ends, dude. Like if you spent your whole life trying to be a hot chick on the internet, first of all, dime a dozen. Second
Yeah.
of all, unless you're doing something else, man, it's fucking. Me and Noah were talking on the way over here. We're talking about hostesses, and he was saying his bae had to fill out a job application.
Hostesses are so hot.
That's what I said. He was like,
Hostesses are
we were
so
laughing. She had to fill out an application. And I'm like,
They have like a 3-year shelf life, dude.
no, did I not? Exactly.
Did you say that?
Well, it was basically like, why is there an application to be like, are you a hot young chick? Okay, you have the
Yes.
job. You do understand when you're 27, you'll get fired. Okay, yes, thank
Yes.
you. Goodbye.
Can
It's
you
just hot young chicks.
They have the lifespan of like an NFL running back. A good like 2-3 years of like heavy carries, and then it's like get them out, replaceable. Yeah, they fucking hot hostesses are nice. I like that.
Hostesses are hot. Or the
smile at you.
restaurant's getting the hottest. It's like
Not
the
all.
hottest chicks you have access to. That's who you hire. Sometimes you'll see the hostess, and it's a good litmus test for the whole town. You'll be like, This is your prima donna? This is who you present me?
Yeah.
I'm here to dine.
I'm here to dine. I need to get hard before I eat chicken fingers as a 32-year-old, before I order chicken fingers.
Yeah, I mean, think about the fact they lead you to the table. What are you doing while
Where
they
you
lead-
look at the menu and you just go, nah, you know what, I'll just get the chicken fingers. You guys have chicken fingers?
Man. Hostesses. Shane said hostesses are hot. They got a shelf life, 3 years? Like a running back? Unless you like Adrian Peterson or something. You playing over 10 years at running back. But yeah. Man. Shane. The dose. I'm surprised. I didn't think that was in Shane to dose his friends. I know it was in Ari. Like I'm not surprised Ari was there taking part in that. he was 30%. Shane was 30%. I guess Lewis was the other 30%. I'm surprised. It might have been Ari's idea. Ari might have been the mastermind behind it. Because that's how Ari thinks. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to keep my head on a swivel if I went out with Ari. Because I know exactly what he'd be trying to do. And he don't care. Like Bert, I forget. I guess it was acid. Did he give Bert acid? Was it acid he gave Bert? I thought it was something else. But yeah, it's dangerous. That is dangerous, depending on who you give it to. I guess you know who Big J is. He's probably done it before. He probably laughed it off. You give it to the wrong person though, they're gonna go crazy. You give it to the wrong person and don't tell them that you gave it to them, they might think something else is going on. But then if Ari's your friend and Shane and them are your friend, you'll probably figure it out pretty quickly. Maybe. Yeah. Matt and Shane. Shane said, I've done some pretty big things. Is this what it's come to? This is what I'm doing now, dosing my friends. I don't think it matters what level you get to, Shane. You can always dose your friends. It just depends on the person you are.